Cleveland's defense. What do you guys see from them?
Great team overall, defensive-wise, number one in yards, number one in points allowed. But, I think we could say they're a good team, but I think they say the same about us, good offense, move the ball. So I think it'll be a good challenge for us to go against a very great defense, and I think it'll speak volumes for us as offense. So.
Kayshon, knowing what that pass rush is, there's going to be less time for you to get downfield for what you're best at. So how does your preparation change going into this week?
You got to run efficient routes. You got to get off the ball fast. Like you said, we're not beating the coverage. We're beating the pass rushers. Obviously, one of the better pass rushers in the league, and Myles Garrett. So just being a step ahead and just helping Drake, too. So us just moving faster, help him get the ball quicker. He don't really have too much time to sit there and just look around. So.
Looking forward to getting more involved in the short game. A lot of your passes have been deep so far.
I'm cool with the deep passes. The yards add up with the deep passes, but just catch everything that's really thrown to me. My job, so.
Do you still get amazed at the downfield accuracy that Drake has?
Yeah. I feel like he could really throw the ball anywhere, as we see every game, whether it's to me, to Mac, to Diggs. I think he do a good job of spreading the ball everywhere it need to go. And I think as receivers, we're going to catch most of the passes that's thrown to us. So just showing up for him and being there, I think that's big for him.
Kayshon, Josh McDaniels was just talking about the idea that some of these things that we call that end up going 40 yards down the field, that's not really the intention of the play, but because Drake's seeing it a certain way and you guys are running your routes full out, it's enabled that. So how much is that about now staying alive at all times, knowing this quarterback isn't just going to throw the 4-yard check down if that's what it's supposed to be, if I can get over the top of my guy?
I think we got a little idea of the coverage coming off of the ball, but I think depending on what route we run, we got to look for a guy headed in the direction we going. But I think as far as the quarterback, it's his job to know the coverage and where he got to go with the ball. So like I said, go back to trust, just trusting that we're going to be where we need to be whenever it's time.
Kayshon, we've been able to find the ball a lot on these deep passes and track it. How have you gotten good at that over the course of, maybe something that goes back a long time now, but have you always been a good tracker of the football?
I think I always have been a good tracker of the football. I would say before my surgery, I was always able to go up and high point the ball, but I think now with the 2 plates, 6 screws in my right ankle, I'm limited as to how high I could jump. So I think just being able to track the ball is really big for me. So I feel like I'm 100% when it comes to tracking the ball, so I'm confident in my hands. So I'll really catch it out in front of me and not really to my chest. So.
Were you ever an outfielder or anything? Baseball?
Nah. Football and track, yeah.
Kayshon, what does Mac Hollins bring to your receiver room?
I think one thing about Mac, he is his own person, Like we all know the no shoes thing, but I think it's cool to have a vet in the room aside from Steph. You got 2 vets that do things totally different, but at the end of the day, I think it's good to hear their inputs on what they think is best in route running. So I think it's big to have both of them.
How are they different?
I would say, Mac a more physical receiver. He get more involved in the run game too. So I would say when talking to Mac, we can talk about the run and the pass. Diggs a little smaller, so mostly with him is really route running. But I think as far as route running, he can really tell you anything you need to know. So, yeah.
Talk about reading the coverage post-snap. How much film study goes into that?
I wouldn't really say film study go into reading coverages post-snap. I think good defenses disguise the rotation late at the beginning of the snap. So I think just knowing whether it's split safety and you got to go up the middle or it's post safety and you got to go across the field. So I think just kind of seeing the shell helps us know how to run our routes.
Thank you.
What we could do on the field. So that ultimately gives us confidence. We've been winning, so got to keep it going.
Guys are 4-0 on the road, coming off 3 straight, back-to-back. Establishing that home field advantage. How important is that, and how do you go about that?
It's very important. We got to defend our house at the end of the day. But just going out there playing our best game and, getting a win at home.
Is the performance of the run game, does that type of thing carry over that momentum? Or is it sort of a clean slate every week?
It's a clean slate every week. We got to put the work in, throughout the week during practice, to get those results. So put our best foot forward today. Got pads on, so let's get to it.
Rhamondre, maybe Drake help your run game. Is there any way in which defenses maybe have to play him a little bit differently that helps open things up for you guys as running backs?
Yeah, I mean, of course, they're going to be defending the pass now, I feel like. Drake's been doing, his job very well at a high level, so they got to defend him, so it should open up, some more run lanes for us.
Rhamondre, we saw that they played early in last game. You came by the sideline, and Mike was telling you on the sideline, hey, just keep it high and tight. Is it cool to have a coach like that who's kind of involved in the minute details, even though he has a whole game plan to be thinking about? He's thinking about you.
Yeah. I mean, I think everybody's thinking about that ball security. So, just having them, remind me of things like that. I love it, and just keep it on my mind a little bit.
As you gotten better at it, balancing it mentally, not thinking about it as you go about your business?
I mean, I'll just go out there and play my game and, try to secure the ball. But I don't know. I feel like I'm doing a better job at it. But I got to be consistent with it now. Yeah, thank y'all.
Stuff like that. So we do stuff for that in practice. We practice, and I think we'll get that handled. We'll get it figured out.
You had your first defensive touchdown as a group this past week.
Sure. That man right
Caleb was disappointed. He didn't have a dance or anything like that. Would you have a dance? Does he need to improve it? With your suggestions to these guys?
He needs to get his cellies. He needs to get his cellies up. His cellies got to get up. I think cellies got the cellies. I call it cellies. The cellies got to get up amongst the whole unit. I think we got to start doing some, a coordinated dance. I mean, we'll figure out something. Something that'll be cool, something that'll be fun. It just helps the momentum, and also some fun thing to do. When you celebrating with your teammates after a big play like that. So
Yeah, how good was that to see?
That was super good, man. I was turned. I mean, I was like, that's a big deal, man. So I'm happy for him, man. Happy.
Last one from me, just the opponent this week, Gabriel, Judkins, company Judy.
Yeah, they got a good cast, man. I respect everybody, man. Gabriel, good quarterback. They got a good thing going with him right now. Judkins, obviously a good running back, runs hard, solid running. Then you got the tight end, Fanning, he's good. Younger guy, but good. They're doing pretty well. They had a big win last week, so we got to prepare for them. Treat everybody the same, man. Go out there, execute, and get it up.
Jack was saying with some of the slow starts, sometimes it just takes a big play to get you guys going. How do you ensure that you try to get the big plays early?
You gotta let the plays come to you. I mean, you can't go forcing a play. I mean, I feel like if you go force a play, that's when you just you give up a big play sometimes, unless you see it. You know what I'm saying? It all depends. But you got to make plays within the scheme. That's the biggest thing. So plays come if you're doing your technique, your fundamentals right. You see it. Okay, execute, boom, I'm gonna make the play. I trust myself. But just going out the way to make the play, you can't really do that unless you know for sure. But I think plays do help. Plays help the team get sparked up. Plays help the momentum. If somebody makes a play, then that makes somebody else on the defense want to make a play. I know it makes me want to make a play. So yeah.
Back at home this week, just how excited are you to play in front of the fans again?
I'm turned, man. I love home. We back at the house. We got to protect the house. It's a big deal. We just got to keep the train rolling. That's it.
Perfect.
So, thank you guys.
Thank you.
We win or lose. It depends on what we do up front on the defensive line. I feel like we had that much control over the game, being able to penetrate, cause havoc on opponent offenses. But yeah, man, just being physical, being where you're supposed to be, getting hands on people. We're seeing a good back this week. Just being in your gap, staying sound, not peeking around blocks. It's all fundamental football, but being physical and fast and just being there for each other.
You seem to have a knack of finishing, especially late in the game. Big sack, big play. Where does that come from within you?
Man, just always want the opportunity to be that, to be a closer and to be the guy that they're looking for in those moments, to come through and make a play. I pride myself on being able to just work hard and always finish everything. So I try to practice, do it in practice, and lead to the game.
How much are you guys looking forward to just getting back home, playing in front of the fans, and hopefully start to stack some wins in this building?
Oh yeah, we definitely got to protect home. I know we've been talking about road warriors, and it's always cool to go in somebody's house and leave the stadium when it's quiet, all the fans get pissed off. But just give our fans something to cheer for. They've been watching us, take care of business on the road. Let's do it at home, man, and see how loud we can get it home.
Caleb, on the first defensive touchdown for you guys of the season, were you disappointed in his dance, the celebration, or the lack of a celebration?
Nah, because I still ain't got no celebration, so I can't even fault him because I wouldn't know what to do either. I would have probably got fined for throwing a ball in the stands or something. Nah, but I mean, no, KC been playing his butt off. You know, we just, like I said, just getting the chemistry with each other in practice and then in the game. You know, working with each other on games and just being on the same page, it helped our entire front.
Last one for me, 5 of the 7 season games this season, you guys have scored a lot of points in the opening drive. How do you fix that?
Man, just come out, start fast. Come out starting fast. Like I said, just being where you're supposed to be. Obviously, you know, I always talk about like their first 15 plays, their first script. So obviously teams see what is working against us on the first drive, and they all coming out trying to do the same thing. Eventually, we got to come out and just start earlier, start faster, because once we get our feet in the ground and get going, you see what we've been able to do the past couple of weeks. We just got to start sooner.